Welcome to Quickpod, Tim Ferriss's podcast audio summaries, your go-to podcast for concise summaries of Tim Ferriss's best episodes. In each episode, we distill Tim Ferriss's insightful interviews into less than 20-minute summaries so that you can grasp the key takeaways quickly. Today, we're summarizing Tim's episode titled Legendary Investor Bill Gurley on Investing Rules. Insights from Jeff Bezos, must-read books, and more. Featuring Bill Gurley, a renowned venture capitalist who has spent more than 20 years as a general partner at Benchmark. Gurley has been involved with some of the most notable tech companies, including Uber, Grubhub, and Zillow. They discuss investment strategies, market dynamics, and leadership lessons. Part 1. Key business insights and strategies. Bill Gurley delves into competitive strategy, particularly influenced by Michael Porter's book, Competitive Strategy, Techniques for Analyzing Industries and Competitors. Gurley emphasizes that Porter's work serves as an efficient short-form MBA, stating,
"One of the most common mistakes entrepreneurs make is they come up with some kind of technological breakthrough in their own mind, but they don't spend any time analyzing the industry structure or whether the go-to market is going to be possible or not."
Tim Ferriss highlights the importance of frameworks and recipes for decision-making, especially for new entrepreneurs who need structured thinking to succeed. Gurley also explains the roles of sell-side and buy-side analysts in the financial industry, providing clarity on their functions and how they influence investment decisions. A sell-side analyst works for an investment bank, providing research to help sell stocks, while a buy-side analyst works for a mutual fund or investment firm, using proprietary information to make trading decisions. This distinction is crucial for understanding market dynamics and the flow of information in the financial world. Part 2. Investing Rules and Insights. Gurley shares his insights on the rules and frameworks investors use to navigate opportunities and avoid pitfalls. He explains that missing an investment like Google was a significant lesson, not because the decision-making framework was entirely flawed, but because they did not pursue the opportunity aggressively enough.
The job is to find the outliers,
he notes, emphasizing the importance of being contrarian and right. Tim agrees, adding that the asymmetric nature of venture capital means that a few big wins can make up for numerous smaller losses. He also discusses the importance of asymmetrical outcomes in venture capital. Gurley states,
"In venture, you have to bias towards positive in a situation like that because the odds are just ridiculously different."
This approach highlights how a single successful investment can yield returns that far outweigh multiple losses, making it essential to identify and pursue high-potential opportunities aggressively. Tim and Gurley both underscore the necessity of developing robust frameworks to assess and act on these opportunities effectively. Part 3. Network Effects and Market Dynamics. Gurley dives deep into the concept of network effects, using examples like OpenTable and Uber to illustrate how these effects can lead to outsized returns. He recounts a story about OpenTable's growth, explaining how the company's penetration in San Francisco skyrocketed from a few restaurants to dominating the market.
"If we get enough restaurants on this thing, then the consumers will come. And if the consumers come, then people will have to get on,"
Gurley says, demonstrating how network effects create a self-reinforcing cycle. This resonates with Tim, who reflects on similar patterns he has observed in other successful companies. Evaluating total addressable markets, TAM, is another crucial aspect discussed. Gurley explains that many investors make the mistake of underestimating TAM by focusing too narrowly on existing markets rather than considering the potential market expansion driven by disruptive technologies. He uses Uber as an example, highlighting how the company redefined the transportation market by creating a more convenient and accessible service that significantly expanded the market size. This approach underscores the importance of looking beyond traditional market boundaries and understanding how innovative solutions can unlock new opportunities. Part 4. Lessons from Prominent Investors and Entrepreneurs. Gurley discusses the investment strategies of renowned investors like Howard Marks and Stan Druckenmiller. He admires their ability to navigate complex market dynamics and make successful macroeconomic bets. Gurley particularly appreciates Marx's commitment to sharing his thought process through memos, which provide valuable insights for other investors.
People who archive their thought process just as part of their own process. It's quite kind if you're a learner in the field.
Gurley notes, emphasizing the educational value of these resources. Jeff Bezos' approach to business and experimentation is another key topic. Gurley shares how Bezos fosters a culture of relentless experimentation at Amazon, even within a massive organization. He recalls an example of Amazon running a delivery experiment using Uber drivers, showcasing Bezos' ability to innovate continuously. Gurley quotes Bezos saying,
"When the last person with good judgment gives up,"
as the point at which Amazon stops an internal experiment. Tim admires this approach, drawing parallels to the persistence required in startup environments and highlighting the importance of maintaining a flexible and adaptive mindset. Part 5. Leadership and organizational culture. Leadership and organizational culture are critical themes in the discussion. Gurley shares lessons from successful coaches like Coach K, emphasizing the importance of setting high-performance standards and maintaining a singular focus on the organization's goals. He explains that these principles are crucial for building and sustaining high-performing teams. Tim agrees, noting that high-performance cultures require clear expectations and a commitment to excellence. The conversation also touches on managing companies in a high-performance culture. Gurley stresses the importance of having a big tent approach, where diverse perspectives are welcomed and valued. He highlights how successful leaders foster an environment where team members feel heard and supported, which in turn drives innovation and performance. Tim reflects on the balance between maintaining high standards and ensuring team cohesion, noting that this balance is essential for long-term success. A particularly interesting segment discusses the counterintuitive condemnation of company camaraderie. Gurley explains that while camaraderie and a positive work environment are important, they should not come at the expense of performance. He argues that leaders must strike a balance between fostering a supportive culture and holding team members accountable to high standards. This approach ensures that the organization remains focused on its goals while also maintaining a positive and collaborative work environment. Part 6. Future of e-commerce and technology. Gurley offers predictions for the future of e-commerce and technology, particularly focusing on companies like Shopify. He praises Shopify CEO Toby Lukey's leadership and innovative approach, noting how the company's Shop app successfully integrated a consumer network effect into their primarily B2B model. Gurley mentions,
"Whenever we're dealing with a problem, I always start with this structure. We are here to solve a problem. So the one option that we know we're not going to leave the room doing is the status quo."
Tim appreciates Luca's humility and effectiveness, adding that these qualities make him an exceptional leader. The discussion also explores the broader implications of technological advancements on e-commerce. Gurley highlights how companies like Shopify are leveraging technology to create more personalized and efficient shopping experiences. He predicts that the future of e-commerce will be characterized by increased automation, improved logistics, and more sophisticated data analytics, enabling businesses to better understand and serve their customers. Gurley also touches on the potential for open source technologies to drive innovation in e-commerce. He explains how open source frameworks can provide the foundation for new and improved solutions, fostering collaboration and reducing barriers to entry. This approach allows smaller companies to compete with larger incumbents by leveraging community-driven development and shared resources. Tim and Gurley both emphasize the importance of staying ahead of technological trends and continuously seeking ways to innovate and improve. Part 7. Books and learning resources. Finally, Gurley shares his recommended books and the importance of multidisciplinary learning. He highlights Complexity by Mitchell Waldrop, which explores the rise of the Santa Fe Institute, and the concept of complex adaptive systems. This book introduced Gurley to network effects and has been instrumental in shaping his investment strategies. Tim and Gurley both emphasize the value of understanding complex systems and their applications in various fields. Gurley also recommends Mr. China by Tim Clissold, which provides a fascinating account of navigating the business landscape in China. This book offers valuable lessons on cultural differences, business strategies, and the challenges of operating in a foreign market. Lastly, Gurley mentions Range by David Epstein, which argues that generalists often outperform specialists in the long run. This book highlights the importance of diverse experiences and cross-disciplinary thinking, resonating with Gurley's belief in the value of broad learning and adaptability. To wrap up, this episode with Bill Gurley provides profound insights into competitive strategy, investing rules, network effects, open source applications, and leadership. The key takeaways include the importance of thorough industry analysis, the power of network effects, the strategic use of open source, and the necessity of maintaining high-performance standards in leadership. If you enjoyed this summary, make sure to follow Quickpod and check out Tim's original episode for a more in-depth exploration. See you next time.